So after 6 months of repairs on this thing, and that's just the bottom, you go on the underneath, you've got even more boards all in here. It's finally repaired, and we've had quite a battle because these are all the components that have had to be changed to get the thing to working. Numerous ICs, bits and pieces. I'll put some pictures up on the screen now with a bit of background music, and you can see what I've had to replace. When I bought this, I thought it would just be replace a few tantalum capacitors, everything would be good. How wrong was I? So I've got this little pile of covers here. I've got to take this, and looking at the shape of it, that goes on there. Then we've got several hundred screws to go in, which are all in this pot here. So let me get putting this back together. So we've got the cover on that side. So now we've got to do the same again on this side and put its cover on, which goes on here by the looks of it. And then about another 2 million screws to do up. Still got 1 or 2 in the pot. 3 million screws later, and the last one is finally going in. God knows how many there is. I'll have a count up in a minute to find out, but done. Just on those 2 little covers, there's 40 screws that have to go in there to hold that in. It's quite a lot. Right, now the next thing now is to work out how to get the cover on. I think it goes in down in there and then drops in, but we'll see. So I've got these little slide switch covers, which have got like a little marking on them, because none of the slides on here have actually got any of these on them. So what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just putting a tiny bit of heat shrink on the end, and then I'm going to push this over the top, and hopefully they'll sit on there. They should look quite nice. Let's see what they go on like. Well, they've gone on all right. They look quite nice with the little bits on there, and then they've got like the vertical line goes up to show you what you've selected. So yeah, they're all right, and they're on. They're not coming off. So right, I'll carry on and get the rest on. So here's the finished article. All the switches are now on, and I think they look pretty good actually, to be honest with you. So let's go to so if we set this to 5 kilohertz steps, zoom up to 26.9, 965, put it on hold. So we have it there. Then what I can do is, if I want to step up by 5 kilohertz, 970, 975, 980, and that's how easy it is. I've now set my CB frequency steps. It's as simple as that. And then if we want to do the UK FM, we go to 600, lock it on, hang on, then we can set it to now we've got the treble 5, 27.55500, that's locked in. And then what I can do is if I turn the meter onto a 1 kilohertz tone on AM and we go here, then I can adjust the modulation level, which you see here. So if we set that there, that would be a 1 kilohertz tone with 30% modulation coming out. So it's pretty good. Does everything we want. And then I've got like microvolts here. So if we connect this into the back of a CB radio, we can have a 100 microvolt signal coming out of here, and that's S9, and then you can set the meter on your radio. It's as simple as that. As you can see, it's still sitting on the 555. It's quite stable. So if we come off of here, and then we've got 36, 73, 147, and then 295. If I go on fast, maxes out 540 megahertz. If we go back down to the lowest band, minimum I can go, I think I can go down to about 4.6, I think. 4.8, so 4.8 to 540 megahertz. It's not bad, is it? So yes, nice little thing. What I'll do, I'll get a radio, we'll set it up and I'll show you the microvolt thing coming out. This is an N-type pin, and I had to buy a connector, and I had to think it was N-type to PL259 to be able to get this to work. Obviously I've got, I can do FM on the meter, and then obviously we can set it for different hertz. You've got FM meter here, and then we've got deviation, so I can have the meter as 3, 10, 30, 100. I'm not quite sure what 10 rads is. I'll need to read the instructions there, but yeah, it's not looking too bad, is it? £37. So it's now mid-April. I got this in August and it's now finally finished. However, there was me thinking it was a few tantalums. I've had to change. There's here, and in here I had 20 Duff tantalums on both sides of the board. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistors that were shot, and 6 ICs that were up a chute. So 6 ICs, 5 resistors and 20 tantalum capacitors, and now the unit's fully working. It's nicely cleaned up as well. I think that looks a really nice looking unit now. It's been a lot of work. That's been August, September, October, November, December. That's 8 months of work, and I was on this practically nearly every night fault finding. When the tantalums ran out, I had to enlist the help, because you had to get into looking at logic boards and these ICs, and I'll be honest with you, it was beyond me, and I found a nice contact who really helped me out and gave me a lot of guidance and fault finding skills and bits and pieces, and they really knew these units, and they got me through, and it got replaced and done, so really pleased with that. But yeah, the only one thing I have got left is I've got this wheel, which is the frequency spinning wheel here that shows you what band basically you're selecting. I've got to work out how to get that back on. It is a bit faded, but there's 4 little lugs that sort of stick up like spikes, and they go inside this wheel, so when you turn it, it moves the wheel round, but they're all snapped off, and that's quite common evidently, so I'm trying to come up with a fix for that at the moment. Once I get that done, then the little frequency wheel will go back on. But yeah, I'm well pleased with this, and these look absolutely fantastic in grey. Really nice. I've got those off Fleabay. I'll put a little post up at the end just in case anyone's got one of these, and obviously they want some. Yeah, but great. I now have a really pucker RF signal generator. I hope you enjoyed this little mini series. I know it's not directly CB related, but it is. And this will feature a lot in forthcoming videos now, because obviously for realignment I can use this. And if you've been a long time subscriber, you may recall a while back I picked up a Synad meter. I can use that in conjunction with this now, and it'll be really good. I've also got a couple of radios that I tried setting with the old valve boat anchor one, and they wouldn't set, so it'd be interesting to see if I can now set these with this, and that'll work a treat. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the series. Thanks for tuning in. Back soon.